In the tapestry of human behavior, the term sin has evolved far beyond its religious origins to encompass a wide array of ethical missteps and moral miscalculations that impact our modern lives. These aren't just the grand transgressions we've all heard about, but also the smaller, more insidious habits and behaviors that slip under the radar, affecting our personal growth, relationships, and societal contributions. In today's fast-paced world, where every action and choice can have far-reaching consequences, understanding these subtler sins becomes crucial for mindful living. This video aims to shed light on 7 such sins you may be committing without even realizing it. These aren't your typical cardinal sins, but rather modern-day missteps that can quietly undermine our best intentions and efforts. From the information overload that numbs our empathy to the subtle vanities fueled by social media, these sins are the quiet culprits behind many of today's personal and societal challenges. By bringing these unnoticed sins into the spotlight, we're not just aiming to call out the wrongs, but to pave the way for introspection, learning, and personal growth. Our goal is to help you recognize these patterns in your own life, understand their impact, and equip you with the knowledge to make more conscious, compassionate, and constructive choices. Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and improvement together, one insight at a time. Ignorance, the first sin on our list, is not just a lack of knowledge, but a gap in awareness that can lead to significant unintended consequences. In a world brimming with information, it's easy to overlook the importance of understanding diverse perspectives, the intricacies of global issues, or even the basics of personal finance and mental health. This gap often results in missed opportunities for growth, empathy, and making informed decisions that not only affect us, but those around us as well. For example, ignoring the nuances of cultural differences can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts in both personal relationships and the global community. Similarly, a lack of awareness about environmental issues can result in lifestyle choices that contribute to the planet's deteriorating health. These examples highlight how our unconscious gaps in knowledge can ripple out, impacting more than just our immediate surroundings. Combating ignorance begins with cultivating curiosity and a commitment to lifelong learning, seeking out reputable sources of information, engaging with diverse viewpoints, and taking time to reflect on new knowledge can bridge the gap between unawareness and understanding. By acknowledging the limits of our knowledge and actively seeking to expand it, we not only enrich our own lives, but contribute to a more informed, empathetic, and connected world. The second sin you may be committing without realizing it is apathy. Apathy, or emotional detachment, poses a subtle yet profound danger to our personal and collective well-being. This sin manifests as an indifference towards pressing societal issues, a lack of interest in the struggles of others, or even neglect of our personal relationships. In a world where empathy and action are desperately needed to address global challenges such as climate change, social injustice, and mental health crises, apathy undermines our potential for positive impact. It not only stunts our personal growth, but also contributes to a culture of disengagement, where problems are left to fester unchecked, because they are perceived as someone else's responsibility. The impact of apathy extends into our personal lives as well, where it can erode the bonds of intimacy and support that are foundational to healthy relationships. When we become indifferent to the needs and feelings of those closest to us, we miss out on the richness of deep, meaningful connections, leaving us and our loved ones feeling isolated and undervalued. Countering apathy begins with recognizing our interconnectedness and the value of every individual's contribution to the tapestry of society. Cultivating empathy can be as simple as listening actively to those around us, educating ourselves about the issues facing our community and the world, and taking small, consistent actions toward change. Engagement comes from the belief that our actions do matter, and that we have the power to make a difference, one empathetic choice at a time. The third sin you may be committing is excess. Excess, in its many forms, from overconsumption to overindulgence, has far-reaching consequences for both our personal health and the planet. In a society that often equates more with better, the pursuit of excess can lead to a cycle of waste, unsustainable environmental practices, and a host of health problems related to overeating, lack of exercise, and consumerism. The environmental impact of this sin is evident in overflowing landfills, polluted air and water, and the depletion of natural resources, while the personal health effects range from stress and anxiety to physical diseases such as obesity and heart conditions. This relentless pursuit of more also feeds into a narrative of never being satisfied, constantly seeking the next purchase or pleasure to fill a void that material goods and superficial experiences can never truly satisfy. The psychological and emotional toll of living in a state of excess can be just as damaging as the physical effects, leading to a cycle of emptiness and dissatisfaction. Adopting a more moderate lifestyle begins with mindfulness, being aware of our needs versus our wants, and recognizing the impact of our choices on ourselves and the world around us. Practical steps include simplifying our living spaces, prioritizing quality over quantity in our purchases, and finding joy in experiences and relationships rather than material possessions. By embracing moderation, we not only improve our own well-being, but also contribute to a more sustainable and equitable world. The next sin you may be committing without realizing it is neglect. Neglect, often a silent sin, can seep into various aspects of our lives, from self-care and relationships to our responsibilities. It's a gradual drift away from the things that require our attention and nurture, leading to deteriorating mental and physical health, weakened bonds with loved ones, and unfulfilled duties that can have broader consequences. Neglecting self-care routines can result in burnout, stress, and health issues, while neglecting relationships can create distances that are hard to bridge. Similarly, shirking responsibilities, whether at work, home, or in our communities, not only impacts our personal integrity, but also affects those who rely on us. The effects of neglect are often a wake-up call to reassess our priorities. The busyness of life can be overwhelming, but it's essential to remember that care, be it for oneself, for others, or for our duties, is the glue that holds our lives together. Neglect erodes this foundation, leaving us and those around us worse off. To combat neglect, it's crucial to cultivate mindfulness and intentionality in our daily routines. Setting aside dedicated time for self-care, making an effort to connect with others genuinely, and organizing our responsibilities can ensure that we're attending to all areas of our lives. Regularly assessing our priorities and adjusting our schedules to reflect what truly matters can help us live more attentively and present, ensuring that neglect does not take root. The fifth sin you are most likely committing in day-to-day life is envy. Envy, particularly exacerbated in the digital age by the curated highlights shared on social media, can significantly detract from personal happiness and contentment. The constant exposure to idealized snapshots of others' lives, whether it be their achievements, lifestyle, or possessions, can lead to an unhealthy cycle of comparison and jealousy. This sin not only mars our ability to appreciate our own lives, but also distorts our perception of reality, as we seldom see the struggles and setbacks that lie behind those seemingly perfect moments. The result is a feeling of inadequacy and a perpetual longing for more, which can erode our sense of self-worth and happiness. Combating envy involves recognizing the curated nature of social media and the inherent bias in what people choose to share. It's crucial to remind ourselves that everyone's journey is unique, including our own, and that the behind the scenes of every life has its share of challenges and hardships. Redirecting our focus from what others have to what we are grateful for in our lives can shift our perspective and foster a sense of abundance and satisfaction. Cultivating gratitude and contentment as daily practices can be powerful antidotes to envy. Keeping a gratitude journal, where we note the things we're thankful for each day, can help anchor us in the present and appreciate the richness of our lives. Engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, independent of external validation, reinforces our intrinsic worth and builds a foundation of contentment that isn't easily shaken by comparisons. By celebrating our own and others' successes without comparison, we nurture a more compassionate and fulfilling life. The next sin you're probably committing in your life is pride. Pride, especially when it swells into arrogance, can be a significant barrier to personal growth and learning. This sin manifests as an overestimation of one's abilities and accomplishments, often leading to a dismissal of others' perspectives and a resistance to feedback. Such excessive pride blinds us to our limitations and mistakes, stunting our growth and leaving us vulnerable to repeating errors. It creates a facade of infallibility that not only isolates us from valuable learning opportunities, but also strains relationships with those around us, as it becomes challenging to connect and collaborate without genuine humility. Recognizing the value of humility and the richness of diverse experiences and viewpoints is crucial in overcoming pride. Humility doesn't mean selling ourselves short. Rather, it involves acknowledging that no matter how much we know, there's always more to learn. It's about seeing challenges and feedback not as threats to our ego, but as opportunities to grow. This openness to new experiences and ideas fosters a culture of continuous learning and improvement, both personally and within the communities we engage with. To cultivate humility and an openness to learning, one can start by actively seeking out feedback and embracing it as a tool for growth, rather than a critique. Engaging with people from different backgrounds and disciplines can also broaden our horizons, exposing us to new ideas and perspectives that challenge our preconceptions. By appreciating the value in every experience and interaction, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a more inclusive and understanding world. The final sin you are definitely committing occasionally is dishonesty. Dishonesty, often cloaked in the guise of self-preservation or the desire to protect others, can manifest in subtle ways that we might not immediately recognize. It extends beyond overt lies to include omissions, exaggerations, and self-deception, where we convince ourselves of a narrative that excuses our actions or feelings. This sin can erode trust, the fundamental building block of healthy relationships, and lead to a distorted sense of reality. When we're dishonest with ourselves, it becomes a barrier to genuine self-reflection and growth, preventing us from confronting our fears, flaws, and the necessary steps needed for improvement. The implications of dishonesty ripple outwards, affecting not only our personal integrity, but also our interactions with those around us. Relationships built or maintained on half-truths or deception are on shaky ground, lacking the authenticity and vulnerability that foster deep, meaningful connections. Similarly, in professional contexts, dishonesty can compromise our credibility and hinder our potential for success and fulfillment. Emphasizing honesty and integrity involves a commitment to truthfulness in all aspects of our lives. This commitment starts with being honest with ourselves about our motivations, feelings, and desires, which lays the foundation for genuine interactions with others. Practicing honesty, even when it's challenging, strengthens character and builds trust. By prioritizing integrity, we not only improve our relationships and personal well-being, but also contribute to a more transparent and authentic society. As we conclude our exploration of the 7 sins you may be committing without realizing it, It's clear that awareness and intention are key to overcoming these hidden obstacles to personal growth and societal well-being. Each sin, ignorance, apathy, excess, neglect, envy, pride, and dishonesty, carries with it the potential for harm, but also the opportunity for profound self-improvement and positive change. Recognizing these traits within ourselves is the first step towards cultivating a life marked by empathy, moderation, attentiveness, gratitude, humility, and honesty. This journey towards self-awareness and improvement is not one we have to undertake alone. Sharing our experiences, struggles, and successes can inspire and encourage others on their paths. I invite you to reflect on these 7 sins in your own life. Which resonate most with you? How have you confronted or overcome these challenges? Your stories and insights can be a source of strength and inspiration for others navigating their own journeys. In the comments below, let's create a space for open and honest dialogue. Share your thoughts, experiences, or tips for tackling these modern-day sins. Together, we can support each other in our collective quest for growth, understanding, and a more fulfilling life. Remember, the path to improvement is ongoing, and every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating. Keep seeking, keep growing, and until next time, stay connected.